My name is Shri Ramachandran. I'm a member of Legislative Assembly from Tamil Nadu. Constituency Arandangi. District is from Pudukkottai. I'm a first-time MLA. I belong to the Indian National Congress Party. This is my first time in LNC in this conference. My constituency is basically a backward place, but a lot of good people there. It falls in the district of Pudukkottai. We have 6 constituencies. Arandangi is a coastal constituency. The total population of voters is roughly around 2,40,000-45,000 people. A lot of agriculture is the major source of business. A lot of agricultural people there. Agriculture is the number one source of income. A lot of fishermen are there. As far as the constituency is concerned, we've got a mix. There's no single caste or any partisan of that sort. It's a very inclusive place, very beautiful place. Well, NLC, first off, I would like to thank MIT for this huge endeavor. When I reached the airport, I was told there are around 250 students working here as activists, receiving around 2,500 netas as you call it, or MLAs or MLCs. And most of the students that I met are around 18 As and MLCs of all sorts from the country. And bringing them all together in a cohesive way in a place like this, barring party politics, barring languages, barring states. So my first time here, and today is the first day of the conference. I have not attended anything yet. This is my first meeting with you all. But I hope to have a learning session, interacting with people across India. Like I said, bipartisan or beyond partisan politics. I'm hoping this would be a great endeavor and learning experience for me, and I'm hoping to learn more from this. There are a lot of challenges. The number one challenge I think that should be fixed in my constituency is drinking water problem. I mean, like I said, my constituency is near the rural. I mean, it's a rural place and it's a coastal place also. So I'm fighting for that. I'm talking in the assembly to solve the drinking water problem. There are temporary solutions like putting these 1,000 feet bore wells that could help the people. But like I said, being a coastal area, the bores don't work after a year. Near the coastal area, there's a lot of seawater, and then we need to put an RO plant. So major problem is the drinking water problem. Major amenities are roads and all that. A lot of funds have been given by the government, and MLAs have their own funds. These things can help out on all these issues. But water, I think, should be the number one issue that should be addressed. Hoping that I will address that as quickly as possible, and hoping I can solve at least some of those issues in the rest of the 3 years. Politically, my first election experience was, I contested in 2016. But as a student, I remember first when I was in 8th grade, 8th standard, I contested for school people leader. I'm not a great student. I got the 7th or 8th rank. But there was a person who got the first rank who contested against me. I think nobody likes the guy who gets the first rank. So everybody voted for me and I became my first class leader. The first election experience per se is 2016 I contested. It's a constituency which my dad has always won there. He won there continuously 6 times, and he put 2 people and they won there 2 times. So it's basically like, it's my hometown also. So, but unfortunately, it was a bittersweet. I lost by 1,000 votes the first time round. But it didn't upset me, or it didn't put me down or knock me down. I thought I'm going to, go back, and I went back to the constituency, and with people's love and God's grace, this time I won by a decent margin. So first experience is when I was in school. Political experience was last time round, 2016, Vidhan Sabha or state elections. I just won the last time round. I got a decent margin, and it was a good victory for me. as a youngster, I wanted to win the last time round. Though I didn't take it to heart, the loss was just a very minuscule lead. It was just 1,500 votes the other way. I would have been an MLA 5 years before that. But I didn't take it to heart. I just thought, people will give me another chance. And this time round, overwhelmingly, the support that I got, and so very 35,000 margin was a reasonable margin. So I would say the last election should be, till now, it's my memorable one. See, my dad is a politician. He entered politics when he was 27 years old. He was a lawyer, practicing lawyer. He became a deputy speaker, he was a minister, and he was an MP, and he's still an MP right now. So, politics per se, I belong to a political family, if I can call it that. My grandfather was in politics. So obviously the first impression is your dad. Dad's every son or daughter's hero. So he was my first hero. Other than my dad, I have a lot of leaders elsewhere. I have, as far as America, a lot of leaders, like JFK was one of my favorite leaders. Martin Luther King was one of my favorites. Even Bill Clinton was one of my favorites. Barack Obama was my favorite. Because I got a chance to study in America, so I was kind of impressed with their political life. In India, Indira Gandhi madam I was always in awe of her. And a lot of other, Rahul Gandhi ji right now, his whole Bharat Joda Yatra, the walk from Kanyakumari to Kashmir, it's not a easy task. Walking with the people, the common people, quite inspiring for youngsters. So there are a lot of leaders. Close to my heart is obviously the closest person I have is my dad. All right, that's a tough one. Well, politics is, like I said, I am from a political family. My dad always used to travel. I never get to see him in schools or when even as a sports day or school functions. Obviously he had to avoid because he was very busy. So I thought when I enter politics, I should not repeat that. But then once you get into the flow of things, that's what happens again. But I do try to manage it. I try to have, even if I get short time, I try to have a quality time. I have a wife and 2 daughters. So I try to manage as best as I could. And they are happy. I try to take small breaks in between and spend exclusive time for them. And I think they are happy, and I hope to keep them happy. I don't know, I think, I've always believed that, any loss or any failure, I like to think it's because of me. And any success, I used to think, I have partly to do something with that. So I think that I've always had that attitude since I was young. So any loss, I was able to cope with it because it's my fault. Maybe next time I should do better. So that's my kind of thinking. So I always thought that will help me. No matter what happens, any loss, I think, okay, maybe it's my fault. I'm not blaming myself entirely, but I like to be the first person to say, okay, it's my fault. How do I change this? How do I rectify it? And how do I do it in a different way? I don't get bogged down with the details. I like to look at the bigger picture. And like I said, I learned it from my dad. A very cool, calm and collected person. So he's a very calming influence on me. And I have a beautiful wife and 2 kids. In my, just entered political sphere, they're very helpful. And my biggest strength should be my family and the belief that you should never give up. Well, memorable public eye, it's just been 2 years since I became MLA. A lot of memorable instances. See, as an MLA, when you go to your constituency, and we have an issue, say a drinking issue or a road that should be maintained, or a small issue that a constituent who approaches you and asks you help. So, it might be big or small. See, basically politicians yearn for love and affection. I think that should be the motto. And vote should be the last thing in the mind. You should obviously ask for votes, but love and affection is what you want from them. So if you're able to do something helpful to somebody and what you're thinking materializes, and the appreciation you get, that is very memorable. If you're able to help them in a small way or a big way, whichever way, but if you're able to do something fruitful and that materializes and you're able to help somebody, and the way people love you and show affection, it's very addictive. See, I was always in politics. I mean, I remember when I was 14, 15, I used to go for campaigning elections with my dad, see elections. So I was basically a guy from a political family. A person who does not belong to a political family. Politics is a big game, and truth be told, I don't want to be pessimistic. I like to be idealistic, but you have to be real also. Politics is a money game nowadays. So a person who wants to enter politics, though how idealistic or how noble he is, he has to have a backup plan. So I say, you finish your education, go to college, get your degree. There's always time for politics. I mean, it doesn't have to be 18. Give me 25. 25 is very young in politics. So get your education, get your backup first, and then get into politics, whichever party you like. Two things you have to look out for. Whichever party you join, what can you add to the party, political party? And what do you want to do for the people you represent? So basically, as they say, take care of your house, take care of your street, take care of your district, take care of your state, take care of the country, and take care of the world. So you should have the bigger picture in mind. But ideally, it should be what you can add to to the political party you're joining, or whether you're starting your own party or you want to do in politics. The biggest thing is get your backup, get your degree. Education is prime importance. And then politics, be hopeful and be helpful, be kind, be humble. You don't get success all the time. It's always ups and downs. But politics is you get the limelight. Sometimes it's pleasurable. Sometimes the limelight will be very hot. So you should be weathered for all of it. Youth, be hopeful, get your degree, and then enter politics. That would be my advice, first advice. As India is changing, we are a nation of youth. I mean, the demographics of our country in terms of population, the majority of our population is below 40. So in the next century, they say, belongs to India. A lot of youngsters should be part of politics. There'll be a breath of fresh air. So get your degrees, be hopeful, be kind, be humble, and try to help.